I heard Vanessa say he was a good guy. Now I saw,
No,
people.
he is a good guy.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I thought we were talking about the classy.
Wow.
I thought he was no longer in the picture. What's poppin', y'all? You're rocking with Jiggy Jones, and we have hip hop royalty, some heiresses in the building today. Vanessa and Angela Simmons, y'all.
Woo! Thanks for having me.
Of course, no problem. So, Jay-Z once said, right? He said, "Catch me in the kitchen like a Simmons whipping pastries." So first, do you guys still, I know that was like eons ago, but do you guys still get like enamored with just stuff like that? I mean, you were born into it, but do you still get, kind of like, oh, okay, like with stuff like that?
I mean, that was huge. Like, we got mentioned in a Jay-Z song. Being from New York, I'm a huge Jay-Z fan. Angela is, like, that's the ultimate right there. So,
and that's a staple. It's the staple New York song. So, like, right. That's not going nowhere.
Like,
dope.
And won a Grammy.
Oh, I didn't even that extra, but yeah, always. We never take that type of stuff for granted,
Speaking of pastries, I know y'all have some new partnerships going on, some stuff with Sugar Factory. So just speak about the new partnerships and how the brand has grown from when you guys started to now.
Well, I went back to the brand as creative director. Angela and I left in 2012, but I went back to the brand as creative director in 2020 because I was inspired by my daughter. She saw a lot of memorabilia around the house, and she was like, "Why don't you, do the shoes anymore?" So I was inspired to go back and really help evolve the brand. The brand had made a pivot into the dance industry, which was actually kind of like the ultimate stamp of approval, building a sneaker brand and then it be loved by an industry. So it got really big in dance. So I'm just kind of back to evolve with our initial customer. And we have a huge partnership with Steven Tyler's J Fund, which goes back, it's an organization that gives back to abused and neglected girls. So every sneaker that we sell will go back towards helping that cause. We believe that every person deserves to live a life to their fullest potential, regardless of traumas they faced. And, Pastry is very proud to stand for that cause. And to celebrate me coming back as creative director, we have a milkshake coming out of Sugar Factory at select restaurants across the United States, designed by me, just inspired by our sneakers, and just like to offer a fun summer treat and celebrate the return, my return to pastry and everything we have coming. We have a lot of fun things, a lot of fitness, fashion, exciting things. So I'm really excited about that partnership and being back as creative director with my daughter.
No, that sounds amazing. I mean, just to leave something that you guys started, you guys kind of built the foundation, and then for it to sustain itself over a decade plus, and now you're returning to your roots.
The brand just turned 15 in March.
Oh wow! Well, happy anniversary!
Thank you.
Definitely looking forward to another 15 when it hit 30.
Thank you.
Now, Angela, you've been working on Simmons Beauty. Got into the cosmetics game. You got the all types of products and beauty products. So talk about that. What inspired that move?
Well, for skincare, I mean, I've always loved skincare, and like I always say, one of my favorite things to do at the end of the day is like get home and wipe my face off and wash it. So like I just like right around the pandemic was like, I've always wanted to do this. I'm interested in it. Like, let me just do it. So the brand just turned 1 yesterday. It's been a year. And so, yeah, like I just got into it. I went for it, something I wanted to do. I have chemists, I test products. I'm doing a ton behind it. I'm really excited because I'm working on new developments and all that stuff. But yeah, I just got into it because I really love it.
And are your products the only products you use, or you mix and match with other things that you
No,
use?
I think it's important to use others. I mean, I use all my stuff, but like when it comes to skincare, it's like eating. Like you want a buffet, right? Like you gotta have your specific items. I believe in mixing and matching. Like you can use my stuff with maybe your favorite face wash, or if you want to use my whole thing, you can. But like I believe in mixing and matching. Like anything in life, like brands, designers, sometimes you go all Louis, sometimes you go all Gucci, but then sometimes you mix it up. So it's important to mix it up and do what you do.
That's a fact. Now,
and I her skincare products, they're awesome. Like I use them and they're like amazing. They got my face together and glowing.
Okay.
So.
You're not just saying that because you big sis, right?
I promise you, I'm not. I had to wait. She made me wait. I had to be like, Angela, when are you gonna send me the glow kit? So I didn't even get it. I didn't even get it first. Okay. I had to ask, and then after I was like, it's just true, but you know, it worked. So this is not just because I'm her sister. No, her stuff is really good.
Okay. You know, no, I work on my skincare routine on a daily basis as well. Now is it a unisex product or is it geared towards women?
I was just about to say men can use it too.
Okay. I mean, let me find out. On some Simmons Beauty. Okay.
Yeah, come on. We have men anti-aging cream too, but you can use the whole line.
Got you. Now I saw it was also based in Puerto Rico. Now why Puerto Rico? Cheap labor over there? Or?
It's not based in Puerto Rico.
Oh,
I don't know it.
Oh,
I think somebody who works for me lives in Puerto Rico, and so one of the posts said it.
Oh, okay.
It's not. It's not based in Puerto Rico.
Got you. I'm glad you cleared that up. But you know, you speak about you just having business ventures that you kind of dived into that were inspired by the pandemic. You know, last year, was a type of year. Like, so many things changed in our lives. So many things, took a pause in our lives, and we had a lot of time to sit back, reflect, and make the necessary changes. So I just want to ask you, as far as like, how are both of you? Like, how are you over this past year? How have you been doing? How's your health mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally?
It has definitely been quite a year, like unprecedented. I became like a school teacher, low key, helping my daughter through first grade. I learned a lot actually doing that. But I found that the pause was good for me, just to pause from the everyday stresses of life and reprioritize and really like get back to the roots of like doing why I'm doing things and the purpose behind it. So the timeout was kind of good for me in that way. So
yeah, I mean, I would say I'm good. I mean, it was definitely challenging, and we're still again coming out of that, because it's still like figuring out my son's pivot, his school, what he's gonna do, like that whole thing just kind of threw everything for a loop,
Yeah, I can relate. So I have an older sister, and my nephew, he turns 3 in September, but her just kind of taking care of him, and then she's also a school teacher, doing online Zooming, so it's like teaching online. So I kind of saw that firsthand, and I applaud y'all. This queen's
my daughter right now behind us. She's in class on Zoom, right?
Wow, I mean, even the kids as well, you got to give credit to the kids, especially both the parents and the kids, because it's like, I know it's been tough, but you guys,
yeah, without their friends and, social lives.
Exactly. Also, you guys, the premiere of Growing Up Hip Hop, you guys are no strangers to reality TV. Growing Up Hip Hop, new season, y'all back again, full in effect. You got both of y'all, you got your brother Jojo, and so the start of the season, we meet Angela's new bae, Boxer Bae. Then
oh God.
Okay. Whoa, why we getting an oh God?
Because the Boxer Bae, here we go.
I'm a fan of alliteration, so I just throw stuff in there. But yeah, so we meet new bae. But I want to ask, Vanessa was the last one you said out of the family to meet Daniel. Now why?
Because she lives in LA.
Okay, so it's just location.
In the middle of a pandemic, so I will give her that. We were in the middle of a pandemic. There was a lot going on, limited travel. I was not traveling. I was not trying to get the COVID, and yeah, so it was hard to meet him, but I did feel left out.
Okay, and then when you did eventually meet him, what was your reaction? Because you the oldest sis, and I know you be watching out for everybody. So what was your
everyone? I feel like he's a nice guy. Daniel's a good guy.
Oh, there's
what? Oh God, what?
Okay, no, I said that he.
What? I'm like, what's going
on? No. I heard Vanessa say he was a good guy. Now I saw, No,
people... he is a good guy.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I thought we talked about the past. I thought he was no longer in the picture. Okay.
Listen, you have to watch the show to figure out the status of where we at.
Got you. Okay, you did a little.
Watch the story unfold.
Back in the day, when Facebook was around, they had the relationship status. They had the single, complicated, and in a relationship. If you had to pick one of those, check one of those off. What would it be at this point, Angela?
Hashtag minding my business. That's what I would pick. Okay.
Got you. No problem. Now, as far as in the season, will we see just more of the business ventures, Simmons Beauty? Will we see more of pastry activity during the season? And what would that look like if you can, without giving too much away?
So I feel like there's a lot of stuff. So like I said, you meet my new boyfriend. You get to see my sister, my brother, their concern, our conversations around the whole thing. There's other stuff going on with other cast members, of course, because there's so many of us, which is why I think the show's so cool, is because it gives everyone their own platform and you get to see everything as it evolves. Like if you've been watching since the beginning to now, then you know how much has happened. You know what I mean? Like I started off growing up hip hop, no kid. I'm like a kid 4 years later, you know what I mean? Like we're 6 seasons in. So it's a lot. I mean, it's really cool. I mean, I think there's a lot that you guys will like. A lot of drama. Some of it I'm not a part of. I don't like to be in drama, but drama exists. This is life. But there's a lot of good stuff, I would say. A lot of the stuff's in the previews, so I'm sure you guys have been seeing some of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like it definitely gives the viewer opportunity to see our relationships and the dynamics of like how we are as adults now, doing our businesses, and then also how we relate to each other. Like a lot of people always like, oh, what are they up to since Run's house? And like, I feel like this gives people opportunity to like kind of check in with us. So there's definitely a lot of interesting things to come this season. Like she said, there are some new cast members that are definitely here to like shake things up. And I'm just playing the peacemaker as always, trying to keep the peace amongst everybody, meddle in my sister's life just a little bit, because that's what I do. A lot of people have been bothering me online, like, oh, do you have a life? I'm like, of course I do, but I'm always going to bother my siblings. Like, why wouldn't I? I'm the oldest. I need to know who, what, where, why, all of the particulars.
Did you eat today? Did you get your sleep? No, I'm saying you checking in on them. Like, did you eat today? Did you get your sleep?
Yeah, Jojo be getting annoyed. I was like, are y'all okay? Like, he's like, we're all right, we're adults now. I'm like, well, I'm always gonna be the big sister. So that's really the dynamic you get to see. Us as adults, us as parents, business women, and just trying to make it happen.
No, I love it. Like I said, I got an older sister, 6 years older than me, and like, yeah, that's my second mom. So I get that. I love it, and I love it. Now, Vanessa, you're a little bit more private when it comes to relationships. Now, will we get a cameo from Mike this season?
He really likes to keep his life more low key. Him and his family, they don't do reality TV and stuff like that. So I respect that privacy and that boundary, and I try to keep our life. I've always done reality TV, but I try to keep my personal family life, as normal and grounded for my daughter as possible, but she understands where she comes from, but then just still private,
Okay, got you. Now
hard being on a reality show, but it's the balance I have to make.
And both of you are huge mental health advocates. As the conversation continues to around mental health continues to grow, especially within our community, and the negative connotation continues to kind of fade away. One, I want to applaud both of you for continuing to be mental health advocates and talk about your experiences. Vanessa, just starting with you, you open up this season. It's just about your different struggles, and I just want to know what necessary steps have you taken in order to break through and to get where you are currently?
Part of the reason why I said the pandemic was good for me, because it was in the midst of when all that was happening, and I was going through a lot mentally and, trying to shed weight. And I had a chance to really just figure out a system that works for me and some tools that work for me. And the biggest thing was just going inside, meditating, finding affirmations, like you know, finding ways to love myself from the inside out, because then that's when I feel like true beauty radiates on the outside. When you are happy on the inside, you're doing that inner work. And so it took a lot of self-care, honestly. And when I say self-care, it took work, like meditations, finding time to work out every day, whether it's just 20 minutes or if it's an hour, but just giving myself that time. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it worked for me. I just recommend really doing the inner work and finding ways to love yourself for real. Like, it's so easy to say, like, no, I love myself. No, like, mm-hmm. truly go in, you know, flaws aside, traumas aside, love yourself. Talk about it. I recommend talking to people you care about, people that care about you, and having open dialogue. That always helps too. It's like a releasing process. Exactly. And I felt like that was the biggest thing I needed to do. I needed to release, and then like literally I would work out and see the results. I just felt like because something different was happening on the inside, mm-hmm. it was able to, you know, radiate on the outside.
Angela, how have you, you know, continued to just heal and grow from within in order to see that external output?
I truly feel it's an everyday thing. You know what I mean? I think every day is case by case. I think, especially for someone who mourns like a loss of someone, every day may feel different. Some days you feel strong, some days you don't, some days you're sad, some days you're okay. So that's why I feel like it's an everyday thing, you know, just monitoring where you're at and knowing when to really truly get help. I believe in therapy, even if you're well, you know what I mean? Because it's kind of like treating something on an everyday basis instead of waiting till you get to that point where you don't know what to do. Right. You know, so I truly believe in getting help and life coaches or people you can speak to, or just really getting it out, journaling, prayer, like you said, meditation, finding a moment to yourself, you know, write it down your notes, write it down on a piece of paper. I'm a firm believer in writing on like paper and pen, because we forget how to do that because we're always on our phones. Exactly. So just writing, you know, writing, and being honest with yourself about how you feel, you know.
No, definitely. And this is my last question about, you know, trauma. You know, we recently experienced the 1 year anniversary of George Floyd, and just the significance of that, and you know, and I just want to know, just both of you, of course, raising young Black children. Angela, you raising a young Black son. Just what are some things that you, I guess, talk to him about, if any, when it comes to just, you know, kind of just growing up, you know, as a Black man in this country?
You know, he's so young right now, so you got to find ways to allow him to process it the right way. And I don't ever want to overwhelm him, but just constantly reminding him, of his power. You know what I mean? You're an African-American young man, how to conduct himself, you know, making sure he's a leader. All these things are super important when he's out and about, and maybe I'm not present, you know. But I do feel like conversation's a little more difficult for somebody who's 4, and like he's still mourning the passing of his father. So like as he grows, I'll be able to kind of, you know, narrate that and give him a better like perspective on it. But I do feel as a child right now with so many questions, he'll be like trying to figure it all the way out. But my job right now, as a mother of a young Black man, is to protect him, mm-hmm. and to give him as much knowledge as he can handle right now at this age.
Vanessa, you being a parent, raising a young Black queen, just what do you do, just when, you know, tragedy strikes and it's all over media, and just to kind of educate your child?
I mean, it's hard, you know, like she said, it's really hard to try to explain that to a child. The best I can do as a parent is to mold her in the ways that I see that will, like Angela said, make her a leader, mm-hmm. and be able to, you know, function in this world. So I root a lot of our life in God and prayer and, you know, the golden rule and all of that kind of stuff, so that she can go out and be that example to other people and hopefully uplift the generation. You know, all we can do is what we can do on our part. It's definitely a difficult conversation, and definitely one that's hard to have, but I would appreciate more dialogue around that. You know, what do you know? We're all learning the ways to be parents as we go. There's no blueprint. I would love to know more, what
Right.
should we do?
Exactly. And I love that you say that, we all just figuring it out. We all just figuring out. No one's perfect. There ain't no blueprint. Everything is a case by case basis. Everything is different. And you find and discover what's worked for you by doing the work. So I definitely love but just both of those answers by you, just on a much lighter note. Angela, Shade Room gives you a lot of attention. Shade Room always posting you. Some people call it thirst trap. I just call it expression.
Oh Lord.
Expression. Do you ever get bothered by
No, but so while I'm thirst trapping, if I'm thirst trapping, I'm dropping a swimsuit line this weekend. So if anyone's interested in the thirst trapping, that's coming out this weekend. But more importantly, it's not thirst trapping. Like, is it thirst trapping when you see someone on the beach in their bikini? No, we are in a day and age where things are recorded and we put things up. I mean, like, I don't see nothing wrong with it. If I'm in my swimsuit and I decide to post a picture, or if I'm showing you guys how to put on body oil and you feel like it's a thirst trap, I'm sorry, but I don't look at it like that. Like, I'm just doing me. I think that's what everyone should learn to do, is just do what makes you, do you. Whatever makes you happy.
Nah, exactly. You live your best life and unapologetic.
Living it. I'm not worried about none of the comments. I'm used to it at this point. Everyone's gonna have an opinion to the day you die, whether that be positive or negative. So if you just gotta remain neutral and be thankful for people who are on your side and those who don't mess with you, that's good for them. Why they being negative? Y'all don't like your life?
Oh, I love it. No.
Tell them.
What is the name of the swimsuit line, by the way?
It's just Angela Simmons with Vanity Couture. So I did a capsule line with another brand. She's out of Canada, actually. And so it's a swimsuit calendar and and the line. Really excited
you guys
about
will get a freaking swimsuit calendar on the show this season.
Oh yeah, no, by the way, one of them are named after you, Vanessa. You didn't know yet, but they are. Oh. I named each one after people that I love, all of my people that I love, great women, all this stuff. So she didn't know. I just told her.
Look at that big review. Look at that.
Surprise.
I love it. Now, how have you guys just remained connected? How many times did you really see each other over the past year? And I know, of course, you just said, Angela, you guys were on different coasts at that.
Yeah.
But just how did you stay connected?
It was time. Yeah, FaceTime. Our kids were constantly on FaceTime playing, so we felt like we were in each other's homes throughout the whole thing. And then, FaceTime. That's pretty much it. And then we did get an opportunity to shoot Growing Up Hip Hop safely. So that's cool. That was great.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was gonna ask also, what span of time did you guys actually plan to shoot? Because I know a lot of productions started in the late summer last year.
When did we start? Fall or something.
Okay.
Fall. Yeah, we started pretty. Yeah.
I was shooting last week. We went pretty long.
After the season is done, what's next for the Simmons sisters? Angela, are you returning back to pastry in any kind of role, or are you just supporting from afar?
I am supportive. I'm really putting a lot of my energy into Simmons Beauty, my fitness brand Built Not Bought, and then I have my Just Angela show, and then doing the Grown Up Hip Hop. There's a lot, so I'm just trying to bring it on down. But maybe, I don't know, it's a possibility, we don't know. Time will tell.
The future
never
holds.
Okay.
Never say never.
Got you. And Vanessa, you also have a series on your IG, Asking a Friend.
Yeah.
A lot of amazing topics, just encouraging women and it seems like a safe space for people to just talk on. Just what made you just take that time to start asking for a friend?
Well, during the pandemic, having a lot of conversations with friends and just talking about serious topics, because I felt like we were forced into those topics, I realized a lot of people hold back on these sorts of questions that could benefit us all. Mm-hmm. So I kind of just shot the sizzle in my living room, and we did it with Facebook, and I was proud to just present intelligent and smart and important conversations that I feel like could benefit us all. and get experts that really can give us the answers that we need. So that was my first push into like hosting TV space. You know, I went to school for communication, so I'm always trying to, you know, fulfill my diploma.
Shout out to journalism degrees.
So it was a really fun experience for me, and I enjoyed like bringing important topics to light. And it's available on my IG or on my Facebook. People can still check it out. Angela and I did a conversation about toxic relationships, and yeah, so she joined us on the show. We talked about just the Black health scare that's happening in the maternal crisis. So a lot of good stuff, and I'm very proud of it. Asking for a friend, you can check it out now.
Talk about toxic relationships. Is that because you're coming out of one, Angela, or?
Pardon me? No, that had nothing to do with anything. That was just a conversation.
Okay, copy that. And your show as well. When did you start? Where's it going? How is it going?
Just Angela, I feel like is a way to get to know me like this instead of like me moving around, walking around. Like I'm getting to have conversations and talk about things that near and dear to my heart, fun things, funny things, serious things, everything. It's just Angela. Nothing's off limits.
Got you. Okay. And where quickly, before we get out of here, where can they catch Just Angela?
It's on Aspire TV, and then on YouTube, I have my Just Angela YouTube. So Kin, I did it with Kin, but it's Just Angela on Instagram. You tag, go on there. All of the series are on YouTube.
Sounds good. Well, ladies, I definitely appreciate your time. Thank you for the conversation. Hopefully, you know, when everything is a little bit more safe, hopefully we can do this in person one day. But I definitely appreciate your time, your conversation. Keep being the queens that you are, because I'm sure you're inspiring a lot of young women out there. You know, continue to do that.
Thank you.
I definitely appreciate. I know. I was telling Vanessa, you know, I spoke with Diggy like 2 months ago.
We're so proud.
Bustle. So yeah, you know, y'all doing your thing, man. I used to watch Run's House back in the day, so it's just great to see everything that y'all doing now. So
thank you.
Thank you for having us.
No problem. You got Angela and Vanessa Simmons, Jiggy Jones.